Hey friends, welcome to my channel. My name's Jackie Alves. Today we are going to be doing a beautiful step-by-step eyeshadow look that of course is going to be for hooded lids. So I know that a lot of us feel like we have hooded lids, crepey lids, especially, you know, my chicks out there over 50. The struggle is real. And you're like, I don't know how to make these eyes pop. I want to bring them back to life. You know, as we have aged, our eyes are aging, our features begin to disappear and get a little smaller. So let's bring them back together. All right, you guys, hang out with me. You're gonna love this tutorial. All right, starting with just a little bit of foundation. We're gonna focus on eyeshadow, but I do wanna show you where to put some foundation in order to get your eyeshadow to pop better and last longer. So I'm using my Lime Life Cream Foundation right now, but first I'm gonna use a little bit of primer spray. I like the spray primer because it also gets on my eyelids really well, but I don't want it in my hair. Let it dry. Get in with that foundation and get a good solid layer on those lids. Of course, the rest of the face too, but I'm just saying, okay, I've got my foundation on the back of my hand. The reason why I did it like that is because my hand is gonna warm it up really nice. It actually helps this foundation melt beautifully into the skin when it's got some heat introduced to it by the warmth of my hand. And you can see this is a pretty yellow shade. And I'm doing it on purpose because of all of the redness in my skin. So again, with trusting that process, when I get it powdered and contoured and all the things, it's really gonna come together beautifully. So I don't want you to feel like you need an exact match for your face, because when I exact match my face, it's got a lot of pink in it, it's got some cool undertones, but I prefer to use something with gold because I like how it balances all the redness. I look at myself later in the day and I'm just so red all the time. So I started using a little bit more gold and I'm really liking it. Now, if you don't like that and you're okay with the pink or you like an exact match, that's okay, my friends. Remember, this is also the channel of no rules. So if that's your jam, get it. Absolutely get it, but I am going to bronze up, especially on this. Holy cracker jacks. Man, this red chest, you guys. So I do really love to combat that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of this beautiful foundation worked in. I'm using a new foundation brush today. This is by my friends over at Lime Life, and this one is called My Flawless Foundation, no kidding. Probably the best foundation brush I've ever used. It's just got the right amount of fluffy on the tips, but the barrel is incredibly strong. I can tell this is a super high quality brush because man, I can really wear out a brush quick. You know, I work them hard. I put on a lot of foundation in a large area. Cause look at all this. Holy macaroni. All right, let's move along. All right, that was the golden number 4, and now I'm adding in just a little bit of the number 3, the Gina Beige, right through the middle to tone down the gold in the middle. But I've got this great, like, evening out of my skin. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyelids. Now, this is the part I was telling you is important. I don't want you to put any underneath your eyes because if we get fallout there, or make a mistake with eyeliner or something like that, we're just gonna have to wipe it off. So don't worry about putting a bunch of product under the eyes right now. We will go back with concealer. But on the eyelids, I'm putting a good amount of my foundation, even if you were using liquid or even a tinted moisturizer, go ahead and do those eyelids. It's prepping them really well for your eyeshadow. It's gonna help it stay on better. It's gonna pop. It's not gonna disappear on you. You're gonna thank me later. Okay, I'm hopping in with some translucent powder, just a little bit to set through the middle, right above my brows. And you can see I'm just pretty easy, not a whole bunch of powder. Again, not putting it underneath my eyes. I don't have product there. I don't wanna put powder there. Trust the process. All right, and now on my eyelids. Again, with that eyelid prep, it's so important because now we've got it ready to receive those powder products if you're using some powder eyeshadow, which we're gonna do today. we're gonna use some mattes and some shimmers, and I know, especially us over 50, sometimes we get told, you should not use shimmer. And I'm like, shut up. This is the channel of no rules, and it's makeup. We can wear what we want, and I can cover my face in shimmer if I want. But I am gonna show you some strategic places to put the shimmer that's gonna help pop your eyes without aging you. Because if you put shimmer on the places that are the most crepey, it may highlight that. So I'm gonna show you where you can put shimmer so you can still wear it, because if you're my age, you might be an 80s girl and you might love you some shimmer. I mean, I wish they would bring back the lightning bolt stickers we could wear on our cheeks, and I wish that I could still go to a skating rink and skate and like go backwards without falling and breaking my entire self. It's not gonna happen, but in my mind, I can still hear it like yesterday when I was at Wet n Wild, that big water park. There was one in Las Vegas where I grew up, and they had a DJ there, and everybody was under the big pavilion, and we were in our bathing suits, of course, because it was a water park, but the DJ was playing, "Girl, you know it's true. Ooh, 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 I love you." And I was dancing in a bathing suit, and it was not gross. Now, if I was dancing in a bathing suit, not attractive. But back then, I had all the things going on. So in my mind, I'm still that 80s girl, and I love me some shimmer. So I still want to wear it. So I'm gonna show you where to put it. Hang around, guys. All right, you know that most of the time I only do powder contour, but I have a couple of creams today, and I wanted to show you one because it's an actual, like, cool, almost an olive tone contour. It is this one. I was like, which one was I looking for? And it's very light, but it's got that olive undertone to it that a lot of people are looking for, because that's the kind that's not gonna make you look orange. So I'm just gonna use a little bit back here. I'm not gonna do the full stripe and the little swoop that I normally do. I will go back later and use powder for that, but that's not my purpose today, okay? So today, I'm just doing a little bit of a shadowing without bronzing, okay? Let's disguise the giant forehead, and I'm even gonna do a little bit of a nose contour with this because I trust it, because it's so light and it is so neutral. I'm just gonna use my foundation brush that I was already using. It's okay, because this is a pretty light contour shade, and just blending it into my hairline and then pulling it down. Try not to get it in my hair though, because I have that light streak right there, my vanilla ice stripe. Yeah, I know. It's okay though. I mean, I like the vanilla ice thing I have going right now, but I will do my hair when I'm done with my makeup. Don't worry. It's not gonna stay like this. And this contour stick, I'll drop the link in the description if you wanna give it a try. It's super blendable. So if you are beginner contour, don't be afraid of it. It blends, like, it's super sheer. You can't get crazy stripes on your face with this. It's just gonna add that little bit of dimension and sculpting, and it doesn't have to be so dang hard. But like I said, this is a nice neutral one that's not gonna turn you orange. I know a lot of us battle with that. And just keeping it nice and fluffy and blended. I don't want it to disappear. That's not my goal. Otherwise, why did I bother putting it on, right? And bringing it down the old turkey neck. Okay, if you've got a really thick cream contour, you may want to do that before powder, but that powder that I use is so fine and so lightweight, you really can do that over the top. It's not a problem. And then you can just go in with your powder contour later. So if you're using something really fine like I did, it doesn't matter if you layer it, it's okay. But if you've got thicker products, do your creams first and then your powder. Now I am gonna go in with a quick little powder contour, so I'll be right back. All right, I've added some powder over the top of the cream just for some dimension, and because I did want to get a little bit of a glow on this, but you could easily leave it with that neutral. but also by stacking the powder, it's gonna help it last longer too. So if you start with a cream and then you do the powder on top, it will last longer and pack a little bit more of a punch. And with the level of eyeshadow I'm doing today, punch is definitely something that I want. So I'm gonna hop into some blush really quick. Now I wanna use my Graftobian palette because the blushes in here are super high pigment, and I wanna do a little bit of a sunset blush. So I'm gonna start with this nice neutral here, right on top of my contour. Barely takes any blush. And I may go back later and add more, because once I do concealer, this blush will fade a little bit. So when using these pro products that have a lot of pigment, don't let them freak you out. You just do some blending, that's all. Okay, I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of the lighter pink on top. Like I said, for like a sunset effect. But I am getting super close under my eyes, but again, it doesn't matter. We're going back with concealer. And I've got a really great eye cream that's really been like cooking away under my eyes. It's been soaking in there. So my under eyes are nice and smooth right now. So when I do the concealer to clean up my eyeshadow, my under eyes are gonna look flawless. All right, let's get into that eyeshadow, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Bare Necessities ColourPop palette. You see me use it a lot, but I love the variety because we've got some pinks over here, and we of course have those warm neutrals that I love. So I'm gonna start with just a fluffy crease brush, and I'm gonna go into the lightest shade, of course. I usually start my base shade with a matte cream color. So don't start with your shimmer, okay? To achieve the look that I'm gonna show you, and what I use for a lot of my clients here at the Beauty Bar, is start with matte, okay? And then I'll show you where to put that shimmer. So let me put this palette to the side here. I'm gonna get in close for you. Bring in my little hand mirror. So again, I've got that cream shade. It's a powder eyeshadow, but a cream color. And just getting it on my lashes and up to my brows. Cover that entire eyelid. It's like you're setting the eyelid with powder and getting it ready for contour, almost like what we did to our whole face already. Now I wanna take, let me show it to you. I'm gonna bring it over here. I'm gonna take this beautiful pink right here. It's almost like a mauve eyeshadow, and I don't do this very often, but I wanna show you something different today since I do so many bronze colors and warm shades. So I've got a mauve here for you. You can do this with any shade you want, okay? But whatever your medium shade is, because we're gonna use a darker one next. Whatever the medium one is, you're gonna use it second. So we're on our second shade right now. And look how easy and gentle I'm just buffing it in and down to my lashes. All right, now once we've got it in this crease, I'm gonna start blending it up towards my brow. Check that out. And now that I'm happy with the placement of that, I'll bring a little bit over in my crease, but not too much. I haven't dipped back into that product yet. So concentrating it out here, down to the lashes, up to the crease, and then you're just gonna blend towards the brow. But I want you to blend higher than you think you should. Okay, because when we open our eyes, when it all disappears, it's all gone, and then we're like, my hoods, my hooded lids, the struggle. So that you don't do that, bring it up higher. There's no crying in makeup. Just remember that. If you're not having fun, what are you doing it for, right? I mean, I understand when we're in a hurry. We got the 9 to 5 and we fall out of bed and stumble to the kitchen and pour ourselves a cup of ambition or whatever Dolly Parton said. And then maybe your makeup routine isn't fun right then. But later when you're experimenting with Jackie Alves on YouTube, it's supposed to be fun. All right, so see how high up that's gotten? But still concentrated in the outer corner. Big fat fluffy crease brush. The set of brushes that I'm using today, besides the foundation brush I showed you, most of them are by MOTD. You can find them online. Beautiful, incredible brushes, MOTD. okay? Not an influencer for the company, and I don't have a discount code or anything for you, but you can just hop over there to their website, give them a visit. I like how all their brushes have a name to them, so it's helpful. Like, I believe this one is Shady Lady. No, this one is Seamless Sheer Blend, so it's a blending brush. But you can see I'm blending. All right, so I'm hoping that this is an eyeshadow tutorial that's really gonna help you try some of these steps and help you ramp up your eyeshadow game, because I know that's really difficult. Even my students here at the Makeup Academy, because I have a Makeup Academy here, teach every week aspiring makeup artists. That's one of the things that they say, eyeshadow. It's one of those things that just drives you crazy. So I'm hoping that this video is gonna help you master it a little bit. Looking good, looking good. Recently, I did a couple tutorials and then headed over to Bible study. I lead a women's Bible study, and I showed up looking really good. I had all the makeup, and everybody's like, whoa, you look amazing. And then the next week, I showed up with nothing on, because I typically go to Bible study with no makeup on. And they were like, oh, are you feeling okay? Are you all right? Do you need prayer? And I was like, good grief. No, it's just the spirit of naked face has come over me. All right. And I just keep bouncing it in. Now, normally I would have our gorgeous editor cut at this point, because I don't like to keep showing the same steps over and over again, but I'm showing you this on purpose because I want you to see this build that I'm getting, okay? It's just building and building. And now you could go at this point and do a really deep mauve or purple or a really deep cranberry if you want. I'm actually going to use an espresso brown right now, because that's what I like to get my depth and dimension with. So I'm going to head over from the fluffier brush to just a little bit smaller. This one's shaped more like a light bulb, and I can't read it because I don't have my glasses on, but that's okay. I have my glasses right here because I want you to know what brush it is. Build and blend, go figure. This is build and blend. Now, if you have a smaller eye than I do, you know, you may want to opt for something a little bit smaller. And this one is called Miss Shady Lady, go figure. And actually, I'm going to go back to Miss Shady Lady because I do need something a little bit smaller. You can see a little more concentrated. And I'm going to go into that espresso brown shade and tap it off. You can hear me over here tap, tap, tapping all the time. And that's because I'll put it in the product just right on the top, and then I'll tap so that I don't get too much product on this brush. And now right down at the lash line, I'm gonna bring it into the crease and halfway over. Now, I don't mind a brown and a pink together, a brown and a mauve, because at least it keeps it on that earth tone side where I really like it. You could, like I said, easily go in with a deeper plum shade or something, you know, if you want to stick in that mauve zone, but I really didn't want like a 100% like all mauve look. I really like to add the depth with a deep brown or something like that. Now check it out. It's not disappearing in my crease, right? And then I open and it's gone. I'm bringing it slowly up and out with gentle, just pulling and tapping motions, bouncing that brush almost like a beauty blender, and bringing that brown about halfway over. Bringing it up. Now see, that inner corner is still light and bright. This is one of my classic looks I do for you guys quite a bit, but I really wanted to get in depth for you, and I'm stacking even more brown. You could stop at that point. If this is getting too dark for you, it's okay, but I really want you to see how you can get some great depth out of it. It's just an incredible look on almost every eye shape. You guys have seen some of my 50-year-old, 70-year-old clients. I share the photos here. And this is one technique I use on almost every eye shape. And you guys, it's just beautiful on my clients. If you were here at the beauty bar with me, I bet you I would try this look on you. Maybe not these colors, but definitely this technique and method. this application process of the 3 shades, starting with light and then going to a medium and then a dark, in this way, like your darker shades on the outer corner, really getting that definition on the outside. That is a really great application method that works with any 3 shades and is beautiful on almost any eye shape. I'm bringing it about halfway over, so you really can't see where one shade begins and another ends. Now, I told you that we were going step by step, and girl, I meant it. I didn't want you to miss anything. All right. And you know I'm gonna say it. What do you even think I'm gonna sing right now? Well, we are doing makeup. Step by step, ooh baby, gonna get to you, girl. Step by step. And then they come in, step 1.
We can have lots of fun.
I can't help it, you guys. It is what it is. All right. I'm even gonna bring a little bit more over here. And then we're gonna head over to a little bit of bottom lash action and accentuating that. And then we're gonna bring in some shimmer. All right, in this ColourPop palette, there are a couple of shimmers that I love, and I'm gonna use this like super white looking one over here in the corner, but this one over here is really pretty too. It's a really great like rose gold. That's very nice. And sometimes I use them both, but I do like that lighter one because it'll really brighten up that inner corner. But right now, I wanna take this tiny little smudger brush, same by MOTD, and I'm gonna take the dark chocolate espresso brown I was using in the crease and the corner here. I'm gonna use it on the bottom. I don't like using a teeny tiny slant brush for this part because it like makes a sharp line, and I want like a fluffy, smoky line. And then I end it about 3/4 of the way over. And you can see I got some fallout there. That's like no big deal. We don't have to worry because we didn't do concealer yet. I'm just gonna pretend it's not there because I'm trusting the process. I'm not even gonna go like erase it right now and try to clean it up. Trusting the process. And now I wanna take that dark chocolate brown, espresso brown, whatever, and I'm just putting a little bit on my lash line on the top, like an eyeliner. It's just gonna seal it all off, you guys. Just because on the bottom, you know, I did all of this and I brought it out a little bit further. I'm coming closer. I brought it out further, so I wanted it to wrap around my lashes. So you can't see where it's ending right here. It just kind of envelops the whole outer corner of my eye. Envelops. That sounds fancy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the shimmer now. So I'm just using my ring finger. It works better than a brush for me, even when I do my clients. That's how I roll. You can do this with a silver shimmer. I am gonna grab some of that rose gold I showed you and add it in right here. Good Lord, that's got some pop. But now it's a little too much. I don't like how separated it is, so I'm just gonna blend this brown into it so that they are like hanging out. I want them to be friends, you know? Okay, I'm back. I just noticed that that brush I just used had a little bit of foundation on it, and I swiped foundation into the eyeshadow, so I swiped it away with a clean brush. Disaster averted. Okay, now I'm gonna get that bright, like light gold cream shimmer on this side, right into the inner corner. Now, if you have a super crepey, super hooded lid that this isn't even gonna show at all, it's okay. You can forego this step and we can put shimmer other places. and I'll show you. Okay, so both shimmers here. I'll take that brush and back blend a little bit. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe not that brush. I'm just back blending about halfway over because again, I want the deeper shade and the shimmer to kind of melt together. I don't want there to be a defined line, okay? And that can happen, so watch out for that. Now I'm gonna take a little tiny brush. This is just a weird little smudger brush from Real Techniques. And I'm gonna take a little bit more of that super light shimmer and I'm gonna put it right here. Just because my finger can't reach all the way here without getting it all over the side of my nose. And I just wanna concentrate some right here. So just building it up right there. Really getting that inner corner to pop and grab some light. That's gonna brighten up your eyes a lot because the light is gonna hit this shimmer and reflect into the iris of your eye. So the light will hit and reflect and cause your eyes to appear brighter and more open because it's gonna just brighten up your eye with that reflection in there. Pretty scientific, huh? I'm like Bill Nye the Science Makeup Guy today, I'm telling you. All right, I'm gonna do some eyeliner and I'm gonna darken up my brows. And so I don't know if at this point you would like to try a liquid or if you wanna stick with a pencil. Either one is okay, so I don't want you to feel locked into either one to achieve this look. I'm gonna go ahead and just use my pencil right now. I'm gonna use the black though. Definitely this needs a black and it needs a pop. So I'm gonna grab my magnifying mirror so I can see really good. I hope this goes well. Oh, hey. Hey girl, hey. I did a pretty good job. So just using my pencil liner, absolutely a liquid would look beautiful here too. And I'm pretty good with a liquid, but I'm in the mood for pencil today. So I can show just my average chicks out there who maybe don't know how to wield that liquid eyeliner, how you can still achieve a really great professional looking line with a pencil. So just right on my lash line, we don't need to showcase the eyeliner like we're 19 again and we have these big, long, beautiful wings going on. I just want to get it fatter on the outer corner to make the lash line appear thicker. So our eyeliner these days is doing a different job, okay? Instead of making us look like we're on I Dream of Jeannie, it's just going to add depth and dimension to our outer lash area, okay? So it's got a different job today. I'm gonna do this side. Wow, I love these colors. They look so pretty. Like I'm getting a good close-up look right now and I'm like, not bad. And you guys, next week I'm gonna be doing a video with my favorite brow artist and she's gonna talk about brow mapping with us, so that'll be fun. She's the one who did my permanent makeup. So we'll do that video next week. And I also have another one coming up where I'm gonna show you a couple of outfits with it, with some of my new Cozy Island shoes. You're gonna freak out, you're gonna love these. So we've got some fun new stuff coming up. All right, so I'm bringing it all the way to the lash line and then it disappears about halfway over. Now, I always say that's really important because you don't want a fat black line closing off your lash line and closing off your eye. Just have it disappear halfway to 2/3 of the way over so that that beautiful shimmer and brightness is still gonna be showcased and not closed off. Now, if you're like me and you're not great at it, you know, it's a little splotchy and uneven in some spots. I'm not gonna worry about it because once I get on mascara and a false lash, it's gonna bring it all together. Remember, trust the process. I'm gonna go ahead and darken my brows and I'll be right back. Oh baby, gonna get to you girl. All right, brows darkened and concealer mode on. You guys, I have the Lime Life Be Amazing concealer. This is a liquid concealer that I am stinking over the moon for. It has caffeine, niacinamide in it, great for puffiness. It holds all day. I'm not saying that it's crease proof because your eyes crease, so it will move with your eyes, but it looks just as good at night as it does when you put it on in the morning. It's the best concealer I have ever used. Of course, the link is gonna be in the description. You guys have to try it. I'm gonna use number 1, and it has like a beautiful pink type of tone to it, and I love that because, you know, I used all the gold already, and look how much I'm using. Normally I'm like, less is more, just a little bit. I have found with this one, it just looks gorgeous if you just put it on the way that you should. Use it as a concealer, it's amazing. But this pink is gonna brighten up where I've used that really, really gold foundation. So it's gonna lighten and brighten through the middle. And see, slicing up that eyeshadow, giving a lift right there. I'm gonna bring a little of this over here. I feel like I got more on the left. It's just ridiculous, you guys. It's so beautiful. And look, now I'm cleaning up my little concealer mistakes. Or I'm sorry, I meant my little eyeshadow mistakes when I was doing the underneath and when I was doing that darker shade and I was getting the fallout. Oh, it looks so good. It's so pretty and bright. And see, it kind of cooled off the extra warmth I had in the middle. It gives that extra coverage where I'm so dang red all the time. So that gold is combating all of the red, and then the pink just brightened and neutralized in the middle. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna sharpen this up a little bit more. I feel like I got it was a little bit too big on the bottom, a little too far down. And see how I'm just holding this brush flat like this. So it's pretty large. This is actually like a sculpting brush, but I like it for under my eyes. If you have a smaller area, you can use a smaller brush that's just about the same shape, see? So I just really like the way this brush is built because it's like a paddle, so I can use it like that, and then you can use it to slice that eyeshadow. But I mean, look at this already. And we haven't even done lashes yet, you guys. I haven't even put on any mascara. But I am, of course, gonna use my Tunnel Vision mascara. The link will, of course, be in the comments for this one because this is everybody's new favorite. And sometimes I feel like I don't even need falsies with this stuff, but I am gonna do falsies today because this is a really next level, step-by-step, how to look hot and amazing over 50 kind of eyeshadow. So just pulling gently from the root to the tip. And then I'll grab the tips a little bit more because this is a tubing mascara. So it's gonna kind of wrap around those lashes, fatten them up, but with this skinny little wand, it's gonna pull them out. Before I finish the mascara, I just wanted to show you one with and one without. Like what? It's amazing. All right, I've got my favorite lash, my little Ardell Naked Lashes number 420, and I've already trimmed the outer corner about 3 sections. I don't want a full lash. I'm gonna concentrate it on that outer corner. So hopefully this sucker just pops right on. Now, if you guys need some extra help with lashes, I recently did a false lash masterclass, so you can go back and check that out. Just go into my channel and check out some of the recent videos. It's about 3 videos back, maybe 4, but it was a false lash masterclass. All right, now I'm just getting this lined up along the lash line, making sure that it's in the eyeliner because that helps disguise it really well. And then once I feel like it's stuck to the eyelid, then I'll just go ahead and give it a little shove here and make sure that it's going up and not sticking down like that. And that was not too much of a fight, praise the Lord. I was not in the mood for battle eyelash today. Just pulling a little bit of mascara off that outer lash. There we go. And it's not much of a lash, so don't feel like because you're gonna do next level eyeshadow, it calls for a next level lash. It's okay to just use a nice subtle lash because we just wanna add some volume and fatten up that lash line, really. You know, unless you like the big fat spiders, that's okay too. Welcome to the channel and no rules. Totally fine. Now I've got both lashes on, and those little 420 Ardell lashes are really nice and wispy. If you felt like you wanted more depth, you could absolutely just hit those tips with a little more mascara, and you'll be surprised what that'll do. It just adds a little extra, but wowzer. All right, I'm gonna take my blush brush and go back in and just bring a little bit more blush, make it a little bit more prominent, because my concealer did really tone it down. Remember, I told you that was gonna happen. So just bringing it back to life. Right on my cheekbone there. Super, super pretty. Just that beautiful sunset effect. And now if you wanted to do a little shimmer somewhere else, like maybe you couldn't, you know, right on that inner corner, like maybe you're like, Jackie, it disappears, nobody's gonna see it. I'm gonna go ahead and take my shimmer from my highlighter palette, the gold, with a flat concealer brush. You can see it's just curved on top. And I will just hit my brow arch with it. And that brightens up the arch of my brow and adds a little bit of shimmer. If I wasn't able to put it on that bottom lid inner corner area. I also do get crazy sometimes, and I do like a little bit of shimmer on my cheekbone. Shining it up real nice. And I do like some on the tip of my nose. I have a lot of friends who can't stand that, so if you don't like it, it's totally fine. All right, let's do some big fat lips. All right, I'm gonna use my Be Positive number 109 nude. This is my new favorite nude because it's an actual nude lipstick that doesn't turn orange, go figure. But I've used it with the dark nude lip liner, so it does have some warmth in it. But I love that Be Positive because it just is an actual nude. Nice change, huh? You know, we talk about that a lot, how those nudes just turn so dang orange. Now I'm gonna gloss it. Super pretty. Just a nice like pink tint gloss. It's not a solid pink. Super, super beautiful. Love that one. That one goes with me everywhere in my purse. Can't live without it. Now I'm gonna spot check my powder with that translucent again. And I don't have to, you know, cake my whole face with a bunch of powder. I'm just gonna be really strategic right in the middle, along my brow area here where I get super shiny. And now I wanna come in, let me grab my hand mirror, because I'm gonna show you something with this translucent powder. Right through here, but not under my eyes. Bridge of my nose. And now that there's not much product left on the brush, now I'll just sweep through, gently buffing under my eyes, but I'm not setting with a bunch of powder. That's a big fat negative on the Flyby Ghostwriter. We are not setting underneath our eyes. And now I'll get my chin again where I get a lot of texture and weirdness. Maybe one more little pop here in the middle, just to make sure it's all gonna stay nice. Good grief. That is a really beautiful look, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and set it after I drop a bunch of stuff on the floor, apparently. Let's get this setting spray. So I've got the oil spray. I cannot do setting spray anymore without my fan. It's like they go together. They should like make a set of fan and setting spray. So this is the Oil Strike setting spray. It goes perfectly with that base. It's called First Base, that spray primer that we talked about in the beginning. But I like this one because it keeps you from getting like oily and shiny, but it doesn't matte your skin down. It allows it to just look really beautiful. I love that. Let's get a hairdo. It's been like this for a while. And try and add a little volume by keeping it up the whole time. I don't know if it's gonna work. I got a little jiggy with it today and cut pieces of my hair while I was standing in the bathroom. I get so frustrated with my own hair, I don't even bother to go to a hairdresser anymore. I just cut pieces randomly. Do you guys ever get like that? I just get weird. I mean, you know how it is. And don't forget, we've got to have earrings because makeup isn't makeup without earrings. All right, you guys, I hope that the step-by-step really helped today. And I don't mean me singing the song. I mean the step-by-step tutorial. I really hope that that helped you today. And I hope that you try a version of that. Even if you want to try something a little bit lighter, that's okay. Don't feel obligated to go in with that depth, or add more depth if that's what you like. All right, you guys, tell me what you think about this beautiful eyeshadow look. The overall look came together really nice. I hope you enjoyed this step-by-step eyeshadow tutorial for hooded lids for aging eyes to help you look and feel sexy over 50. I don't know that only eyeshadow will help me feel sexy, but it sure does help. I hope you guys know that I love and appreciate you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I hope you have a wonderful, fabulous day, my friends. Bye, everyone.